Good morning to each and everyone. So welcome, grade 9 students. I am your teacher in English, Raymond Hilar. So, lesson 1, distinguish between and among informative, journalistic, and literary writing. So before we proceed to our discussion, so let us first know what is our learning objectives. Okay, you will be able to first distinguish between and among informative, journalistic, and literary writing. Second, identify the types of text sample provided. Third, make a community survey brochure observing informative text. Okay, what is text? A piece of writing that you read or create. In other words, it is written or printed work regarded in terms of its contents rather than its physical forms. Means text can be found in books, magazines, newspapers, websites, or etc. Okay, let's proceed to informative text. It serves to inform or disclose information. It is instructive or instructional. So informative text, it is typically found in magazines, science or history books, or even in autobiographies and instruction manuals. Journalistic text. It also presents information that are those that are found in radio, print, television, and online journalism. So in the journalistic text, the main goal is to provide readers with insightful content. Literary text. It is defined as a wide variety of imaginative and creative writing that leads to the appreciation of cultural heritage of students. Literary texts that are narrative or tell a story and contain elements of fictions. So what is fictions? So fiction, it is imaginary events and people. So for example, novels, short story, and even in the poetry. Informative writing gives readers straightforward information about a topic. It is usually non-fiction. So non-fiction means represent truthful and accuracy, meaning truthfulness, focusing on telling how or why. Key purpose. First, to inform or present information. Second, to raise awareness and to do so objectively. Third, to educate, use resources that are reliable and scholarly. Key structure. What is structure? So the arguments upon relations between the parts or elements of something complex. So there are three types of structure. First, introduction paragraph with thesis statement. Second, body paragraphs with support. Third, conclusion with unique and engaging statement of thesis. Okay, let's proceed to organizations. So what is organization? So to organize particular purpose. So there are three types of organization. First, logically, okay, by date or time, by order of importance. Categorically, by definition, by theme. Contextually, by comparison and contrast, by historical or contemporary. Types of informative writing. So let us first tackle what is recount. Recount means describe how something happened or to tell a story. So there are the two types of recount. First, factual recount, and second is personal recount. So let us first tackle what is factual recount. So a type of informative text that has an objective of retailing a true event that happened in the past, or record details and facts of particular events which the speaker or writer has not necessarily been involved in. While the personal account means this describe events that the speaker or writer was personally involved. Okay, let's proceed to procedural. A types of informative text that has procedures to do so one thing, meaning doing something. Okay, next, diary, a type of informative text that records the daily experiences of a person. So even you, so you are dealing or you are recording your diary or you are telling your story, what will happen? So that is the diary means. Sample of informative text. I will read and please follow. The most popular tourist attraction is the capital city Rome itself, with its rich cultural heritage. The Colosseum, Castle San Angelo, Fontana di Trevi, the Pantheon, and the Vatican are some of the most visited sites in Rome. Venice is another city in Italy that is famous for its beautiful canals and gondolas. And if you are a lover of Italian arts, the Uffizi Gallery in Florence is a place you cannot afford to miss. The city of Naples is known around the world for its architectural beauty, and surely it is photographer's delight. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, being one of the seven wonders of the world, attracts the highest numbers of visitors not only in Italy but in the whole of Europe. So this is the sample of informative text. And next I will show you another example of informative text. Okay, title Turtles. So introduction. Turtles are reptiles. They are cold-blooded, so they need sunlight to keep them warm and active. Turtles have a hard shell on their back. This protects them from their enemies. Some turtles can even hide their heads inside their shells if they are being attacked. Turtles lay their eggs on land. Some turtles lay their eggs in sand, then leave the eggs to hatch on their own. When they hatch, the baby turtles crumble down into the water. They have to be quick so that they don't get eaten by the large animals. Journalistic writing. Journalistic writing is different from other forms of literary text. Unlike a short story, poem, or novel, a journalistic text is more closely related to essay, news report, features, editorial, sports, and other columns in a newspaper or magazines are considered journalistic text. So in the journalistic text, it is a style of writing that is used to report news stories in a variety of media formats. So let's proceed to its purpose. To quickly inform, news article. To entertain or comic section, lifestyle column, feature. To pursue or editorial opinion, then column. So how to write news article? So I'll give you one challenge. So please uh, watch the video how to create a news article. So I'll give you the source. So that's just click the link and it will guide you to the video. Organization. Organization means the essential and most interesting elements of story are put at the beginning with supporting information following in order of diminishing importance. So types of journalistic text. First, we have print journalism. So print journalism, it is a type of journalism that focuses on print media, such as newspaper and magazines. Second, broadcast journalism. So the broadcast journalism is type of journalism that is being broadcast, radio and television. Next, yellow journalism. Types of journalism that uses exaggerating words or sensationalism uses eye-catching reading. This is one of the example of journalistic writing. Please follow me while I am reading. Oyombong, Nueva Vizcaya. Vegetables farmers dump tons of ripe tomatoes on roadside here in nearby Ifugao province due to a glut in supply and low market prices. Small and medium-sized tomatoes were found abandoned along the roads in Tinok town in Ifugao on Tuesday. A week after, tomatoes were also seen rotting in the roadside in Bamban town in this province. The sorry sight of dumped tomatoes adds to the woe of farmers who are suffering from the impact of the quarantine. Adrian Albano, administrator of Ifugao Highlands Farmers Forum, told the Inquirer by telephone on Tuesday. According to the farmer, the low retail price of tomatoes would prevent them from recovering their huge production expenses, as it would only cost them more to transport the produce to buyers. Okay, another example of journalistic writing. Manila, Philippines. So the Philippines confirmed coronavirus disease 2019, or what we call COVID-19. So cases surged to 20,626 as the Department of Health or DOH reported Friday an additional 244 cases. So meanwhile, 82 more patients have recovered from the respiratory disease, bringing the total recoveries to 4,330. So the new reporting system has resulted in a massive surge in world COVID-19 cases in recent days. But the WHO said that the spike in cases does not mean that the outbreak is getting worse, and is attributed the increase to the government increased testing capacity and aggressive efforts to catch up on the validations of backlogs. Earlier, COVID-19 response Deputy Chief Implementer Vince Dison said the government is now eyeing to include asymptomatic patients in its expanded targeted testing program. This came as he reported that the country's rated testing capacity increased to nearly 42,000 a day. However, the DOH earlier said that the daily actual test done by all the accredited laboratories is only around 80,000 to 90,000. As some testing centers face operational issues, there are currently 52 accredited laboratories nationwide, of which 40 can use RT-PCR test, while the other 12 are testing centers licensed to use GeneXpert rapid test. So those are example of journalistic writing. Okay, so literary writing. Literary writing may not be entirely factual or timely. It may also cover imaginary events or ideas. It also tends to be subjective, where the most important point can be found anywhere in text, or it is defined as creating new creative work, such as poems or novels, and compilations or volumes of creative work. Composing a novel is examples of literary writing. So now let's proceed to purpose. Okay, to express, to entertain, communicate or appeal to the emotions. Structures depends on the form. Okay, organizations. So in the organizations, we have three categories. First, logically. So logically by date or time, by order of importance. Categorically, by definition or by theme. Contextually, by comparison and contrast, or by historical or contemporary. So types of informative writing. First, factual recount. The types of informative text that has an objective of retailing a true event that happened in the past. Procedural, a type of informative text that has procedures to do one thing. Diary, a type of informative text that records the daily experiences of a person. Okay, so this one is a sample of literary writing. So I will read, just follow. It was a dark and stormy night. In her attic bedroom, Margaret Murray, wrapped in an old patchwork quilt, sat on the foot on her bed and watched the trees, tossing in the frenzied lashing of the wind. So this text is one of the example of literary writing. Okay, examples of literary writing. Winter's Tale by William Shakespeare. It is for you we speak, not for ourselves. We are abused, and by some patter on that will be done for. Would I know the villain, I would land them him. Be she honor crude. I have three daughters, the eldest is 11, the second and the third 9, and some 5. If this prove true, will pay for it. Be mine, honor. Okay, by William Shakespeare, so example of literary writing. Okay, so thank you everyone for your listening and for your cooperation. So let's have first a recap. So what is informative? Okay, so informative, it is imparting knowledge. Journalistic, it is relating to or characteristics of journalism or journalist, while literary writing is having the characteristics of humane learning or literature relating to authors or scholars or to their professions. So okay, so if you have questions, you just contact me into my Gmail account or to my number. Okay, thank you and God bless.